Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Quotable Podcast, everyone. We wanted to do something that we've done a few times before, but this week we wanted to do another actor appreciation. And this week, I think with all due respect, we just did the Birdcage recently. And, Robin Williams, may he rest.
May he rest.
All right, so you and I have talked about this before. Some of your favorite Robin Williams movies.
I think one that stands out for a lot of us is Mrs. Doubtfire, and that's, no exception for me. It's one of the ones that really stood out, not just his versatility, but what lengths he was willing to go to get a laugh.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was one of the ones where he really shined,
Yeah.
And, having to go through the prosthetics and the makeup and the fat suit and all that stuff and put on a character that he was able to truly capture. It was magnificent. And I think he did a phenomenal job there. He's so great in everything that he did. So it's really hard to pinpoint, and another one that he really shined the way that he did in Mrs. Doubtfire, but that's definitely the one that stands out for me.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it was well put when you said that. A lot of people do feel that same way. I mean, especially people around our age. Mm-hmm. That it was such a great movie. I mean, one of the lines that always sticks out to me is when he just pegs Pierce Brosnan in the back of the head with the lime, and he was like, "I saw the whole thing. It was a drive-by fruity.
It was a run-by fruity."
Yeah, so funny. So funny.
Even Pierce Brosnan, the way he turns around and he just looks like...
Yeah. Someone just hit me in the head with a lime.
What am I supposed to do with this? I guess runner-up, and it's not even a runner-up, it's just another phenomenal movie, was Good Will Hunting.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't think a lot of people really knew the depth or perception of his acting. I mean, I kind of saw it at an early age before Good Will Hunting. Just because of the fact it's I would watch old episodes like reruns of Mork and Mindy. But then there was his stand-up comedy was always hysterical. But he did, I think in the early 90s, maybe closer to the mid 90s, I want to say right around Mrs. Doubtfire, possibly. He did an episode of, I really want to say it was NYPD Blue.
Really?
Yeah, where he played a father with two kids, and his wife had gotten shot and killed. And his performance just in that one episode, it was powerful. And my mom even said, she was like, I don't like it, because Robin Williams is supposed to be funny. He's a stand-up comedian. He can't be serious. You can't want to cry. So, but he did a phenomenal job in Good Will Hunting, because he was funny in that movie, but he was also there was that point when he gave the speech about his wife dying, it brings a tear to your eye. I think one of my favorite ones, I can't even say one of, everything he did was phenomenal, but I think one of the ones that kind of stands out to me as well is Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, he did a phenomenal job in that movie. Everything about that movie was completely well done. It was funny. It was dramatic. You had everything in it. And Robin Williams was able to, basically take whatever was given to him and just run with it. I started this off by saying the Birdcage. I read one of the things last night, one of the behind the scene things or facts about the movie is the director of the Birdcage had said that he had told Robin Williams and Nathan Lane, I will let you improvise, but first you're going to do it exactly like the script. So we're going to do one take and you're going to read it just like it is in the script. We'll film it that way and then improvise.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I think
it was very fair because Nathan Lane, I guess, is also very big at improvisation.
Yeah, they both are. They really are. So I did not know that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, Robin Williams was so great with everything that he did. I mean, even in interviews and stuff, he was always funny, but he did always say that, my mind never turns off. And I mean, to be truly funny, I think that's how it has to be. Like, your mind is always going. I mean, I wouldn't know because I'm not funny, but...
Well, we think each other are funny at times.
No, that's
a given.
Yeah, I mean, my kid thinks I'm cool.
That counts for lots of stuff. So Robin Williams is not only known for his on-screen performances,
right,
but he did a lot of voice acting as well.
Correct.
One of the roles that I really appreciated from him was Happy Feet.
Yes.
He played like that Emperor Penguin.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the penguin's name exactly, but even though you knew for a fact that it was Robin Williams, he still made that character come to life.
He did. It was the same thing with Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when he did Aladdin, he played the genie. I mean, everyone knew it was Robin Williams.
But you weren't looking at the genie and picturing Robin Williams doing it. Like, he made you believe that was him.
Right.
That was the genie talking.
Yeah.
So he just brought every character that he was a part of to life. And even though a lot of it was just him, it was just him being him, he could still make these little tweaks here and there just to give it a little something extra.
Yeah.
Because he did multiple in Aladdin. He also did the narrator at the beginning of the movie.
I believe so. It's been forever since I've seen Aladdin.
He's like, he's going through this like Julian. It's like Tupperware, whatever. He's like, it makes Julian fries and will not break.
Yeah.
No, it broke. So yeah, he had insane versatility. But even when he was putting on a character, it was still him all the way. Like, his stamp was on it.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Mork and Mindy. I mean, he did a phenomenal job in that TV show. Everything with him was, it was always on. But then, like further on in his career, like I said, it was kind of more dramatic things that, like tearjerker type of stuff, Bicentennial Man.
Right.
Where he's a robot. But by the end, you're like, but he's a robot I fell in love with.
Yeah, no shit. The one movie that was it was like heart-wrenching that he did, and it's almost very hard to watch it to the point where it was uncomfortable, but he did such a great job, and it was What Dreams May Come.
I had actually never seen it until me and my current lady, she made me watch it.
So it's pretty recent then?
Yes, yeah. It's within the year.
Wow.
But at the time it came out, I worked at a movie theater. So it's like you got to catch bits and pieces of a movie, and I caught bits and pieces of that one, and I'm just like, this looks stupid. But it's because I had no premise to go off of what was actually going on.
Yeah,
during it.
You need context with that movie.
Yeah, so that is one that you have to watch from the beginning to the end to understand what's happening. Like, if you just walk by and you see something, you're like, what the hell is this? Well, I'm not going to watch this.
He did have smaller roles in movies.
Yes.
Like, he played, I think it was not Benjamin Franklin, I'm sorry, Teddy Roosevelt in the Night at the Museum movies. But he did a great job with that one.
Yeah.
He made you really...
Stop slapping that monkey!
And it was an interesting take because he's not the real Teddy Roosevelt. He's a wax figure of
Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt. So it's not like he has Teddy's memories, I wouldn't think.
Right.
Maybe some based on historical context, but, he didn't live the man's life. So
Right.
To have a little bit of that naivety because he's in a modern day world.
Right.
But hasn't gone out and been able to experience it. He just knows things from inside of the museum. But he was a very likable character. A very likable version of Teddy Ruxpin.
But then other movies, like, other kind of, doing something like Night at the Museum 2. I mean, like, he was funny in those. But then you go to other movies like Awakenings or Patch Adams or something. It's just like,
right?
I mean, just even thinking about it, you're like, oh my God. I mean, because they were such great movies. Whereas Awakenings, that was more of like Robert De Niro was the star of that, as opposed to, Robin Williams. But Robin Williams did such a great job in the supporting role there.
Yeah. Now, I haven't seen his entire catalog of movies. There were some where I felt like if I watch the movie, it may ruin my perception of him. So, for instance, 1 Hour Photo.
Oh, God. It's so bad.
I did not want to watch that one.
It's so... I mean, and Robin Williams, like, may you rest, sir, but why? Like Insomnia was another one that was... I mean, it was good, but at the same time, like, it was bad.
Bad in... Like, the movie was bad? Or...
Oh, the acting was phenomenal. Like, 1 Hour Photo, he could only do so much in 1 Hour Photo. I mean, the movie was... It was a dark shit movie.
Oh.
Yeah, and I mean, it's supposed to be dark, but it's a shit movie.
That sucks.
And it's...
Enough said.
Yeah, we don't even need to go on about that anymore. It's just... Another one I think that would go along right with Mrs. Doubtfire, for people our age, Jumanji.
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of like right around the same time frame. But I mean, he did absolutely phenomenal in that movie. I mean, you can't imagine just being stuck in a board game for 30 years.
The other one for me that really stands out is Hook.
Yeah.
Because he took a character that is, I think, beloved, from a lot of people's childhoods. Childrenhoods? What is it?
A childhood.
He took a character, Peter Pan, and, I know he wasn't the one that directed the movie or wrote the movie, but he made you really believe that if Peter Pan would have left Never Never Land and grown up, that you could forget everything. He became a completely different person, and I really liked the story behind it. It was along the lines of like never forget like what's important in life, including things that we knew about when we were younger. It's like, yes, you have to be an adult. You have to have responsibilities the older that you get.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid, I think you appreciate things at that time. And then as you get older, you kind of start taking them for granted. And I really feel like that lesson in that movie was hold on to those things from your childhood. Never stop dreaming. Never stop believing in, things that are possible. And the movie itself was great. Even Dustin Hoffman playing Captain Hook.
Yeah.
I don't think it was it was supposed to be funny, yeah, but he made certain lines funnier than they probably intended originally.
And I think that's how I think that's what made him such a great actor, because there's another movie that we'll get to here in a second that he did. Now, going through his catalog just now, I haven't seen everything of his, but everything that I've seen him in, I've liked.
Yeah.
At least I liked his part. You know, like I liked his part in Insomnia. I liked his part in 1 Hour Photo, because he did come across as someone that could be like, now 1 Hour Photo, I don't think he had one funny line in the entire movie, but that's how the movie's supposed to be. Like, it's not a comedy. It's a very dark, dramatic movie.
Right.
Which makes it terrible. So, I mean, in all honesty, it's like you find someone that does dark, dramatic movies and cast them. You don't pick, like, the very well-known comedian, Robin Williams, to be like, let's mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if that was his decision. Like, I want to do a dark movie like this, or somebody came to him and say, hey, I know you're typically known for this, but
we need to broaden your horizons.
Let's go ahead and push the envelope here.
But, I mean, in all honesty, what it would have been is, I mean, he's already broadened his horizons up to that point. I mean, you know, he did, Good Will Hunting and other movies like that where it's like, you know, he showed a serious side as opposed to just being like, oh, okay, let me be this elderly old man that just develops photos for people and then find out all these people's like dirty secrets.
Yeah.
So,
you know what's funny about that movie is I worked in a photo department for years. I'm not going to tell you where, but yes, you will see some shit.
I mean, not anymore, because I highly doubt that people
they don't have to
get photos like that anymore. I mean, it's all on their phones.
When I was doing it, it was only rolls of film. Digital cameras hadn't come out yet.
Nice.
We were almost on the brink of like digital photography becoming popular.
Yeah.
But even people with like digital cameras, that you would still be surprised. It's like, why do you need a physical copy of this picture? Like, it's very odd stuff that people would take pictures of. But it's like, do you not realize that other people are seeing this? Like, come on. But
I mean, and you know, Robin Williams didn't always have to be the star of a movie in order to make it funny. You know, he had a very bit role in the movie 9 Months with Julianne Moore and Hugh Grant. And he plays their doctor. And it's so funny because the roles that not the roles that he did, but the lines that he delivered in that movie are hysterical. Because, you know, he plays a doctor that I really want to say is like from Serbia or something. So he has an accent, but it's funny because he's sitting there and he was like, oh, it looks like on, you know, May 16th is when the baby was conceived. And then Hugh Grant's like, oh, no. He's like, oh, you're having an affair on me. And she was like, what? No. She was like, no, your test is wrong. And he was like, no, there's nothing wrong with the test. I just don't know what. And then all of a sudden he's like, here it is. I have it set to baboon. Yes, it's a baboon. He was like, you are not a baboon. But then he does it and he was like, oh yes, no, it looks like June 14th is when it was conceived. You please tell me you were in town then. So, I mean, but it's just so funny. But then at the end when he's delivering the baby, he was like, yes, I need you to push. And then they go to give her the epidural and they see the needle. And then Hugh Grant passes out and he was like, oh, don't worry, all husbands pass out when they see the size of the knee. And then he passes out. So it's the way he's able to deliver lines in movies. That's what always made him such a classic.
Yeah, and there's other movies where it was more on the serious side, but he was still a likable character. And, you know, another one is Dead Poets Society.
Yes. Yeah.
And a lot of these I haven't seen in years. I've probably seen some of them only one time, but just out of appreciation for Robin Williams, I would like to revisit them, you know, just to celebrate his accomplishments. And
right. And
I think that's definitely one. I'd like to watch Good Will Hunting again. I probably won't watch 1 hour photo just because of your raving review.
I mean, I would say if you're that dead set on a Robin Williams fan day or whatever, I mean, if you were going to throw it in there, I mean, I would throw movies in there that I've never seen before. Because like going through his list right now, like, you know, there's God dang darn, hang on, I just saw it. Oh, there's a movie here he did in 86 called Seize the Day. Never seen it, never heard of it.
I just saw that one too. I didn't see the movie, but I just saw it in his list, and I had never heard of it either. So.
Yeah. He did another one in 83 called The Survivors. I've never seen it, never heard of it. But in 80, you know, he did Popeye, which was which was terrible. But then he did, you know, other ones on top of it, like, you know, Cadillac Man, which was a great movie. I didn't realize how much voiceover work he had done until going through this list. Like, I forgot he was in Fern Gully.
Yeah, he played the bat character,
I
right?
totally forgot. But
Shakes the Clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot of stuff that, and then Toys, which,
yeah,
is Toys the one with Richard Pryor?
No, I don't believe so. No.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember the movie existed. I just don't remember anything about it.
Yeah. See, and another movie like I just saw here came out in 97. I never saw it, but Flubber.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
I've seen that one. I do prefer the original.
See, there's another one in 2004 he did called The Final Cut.
And when I saw that one in the list, I was confusing that one with 1 Hour Photo. I'm like, The Final Cut? Who's cut now?
Yeah.
I'm cutting these negatives, bitch.
No, but I mean, you know, but he did such a great job with everything that he did. I mean, I do remember that Insomnia was, I won't go out there, like, it would be one that I would watch again. Would I go out of my way to find it? Probably not. But if I was scrolling through the TV and I saw it on, I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, let's watch it.
What was the premise in that one?
That one is Al Pacino plays a homicide detective. And I think it takes place in Alaska, if I remember correctly. But Al Pacino plays a homicide detective, and he suffers from insomnia. But he's after a serial killer. And the serial killer is Robin Williams. But like I said, I mean, both of them do a phenomenal job in it. But I think that's one of those ones where you're like, you mean to tell me I've been watching Robin Williams for 40 years and then he plays a serial killer? Ain't no way. I think that's probably kind of what turned me off on it. But I mean, I do remember the acting and everything in it being really good.
Yeah, and I think because of our age and when Robin Williams really first started hitting the scene and coming to his own was kind of before our time. You know, he did movies later on, like in the 90s, that both of us are familiar with. So I think it was kind of pick and choose which ones that we wanted to watch with him in it. So they were probably the ones that were not so adult, which he didn't really do a ton.
Yeah, no, not really. And I mean, but I think it was also at that time, you know, I mean, because, you know, we were kids.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, back then, I don't know about you, you know, but me, it's weird because the way that I grew up, my parents monitored what I watched on television. Yeah. But if I was outdoors, they could have cared less what I was doing. Yeah. I could have been anywhere. I could have been robbing a bank and they wouldn't have cared. They would have just, as long as he's home by supper. But as soon as I got back home and it's like we turned the TV on, if there was something on, my parents would be like, nope, got to change it.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he did more family-friendly movie, or that's why I remember more family-friendly movies from him.
Yeah, I was only with both parents until I was 9. And obviously at the age of 9, I was limited to what I could watch then. And then I lived with my mom, and, you know, both of her parents, my grandparents, may they rest, were very religious. So that was another factor. Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't just watch anything willy-nilly. So yeah, that was another factor. A lot of the stuff that I was able to watch wasn't until after I graduated high school and I was on my own. But
See,
even then, we weren't streaming stuff yet.
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, wait, but I've heard Dutch say before that, you know, he was watching Nightmare on Elm Street when he was like 4 years old. Yeah, I was always at like a friend's house, or you know, I woke up in the middle of the night when my parents were asleep, and it's like, okay, channel 12. Because they always played horror movies, especially on Friday and Saturday night.
When did you have cable? Do you remember?
I mean, like cable or basic cable?
Like with the like MTV and stuff like that, like all that.
Oh, God. I'd probably say like around 11 or 12. I mean, we always had like basic cable, like, you know, the rabbit ears. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, if you wanted to watch something like on a higher channel, because you had the top dial that you needed like a pair of pliers and like a Siemens grip to turn. But then the bottom dial, it's like, you know, if you're like, man, I got to get to channel like 33, you had to put the top dial on 0 and then go around to 33. And God forbid if you went past 33 and went to 34, you had to spin the dial all the way around again. You couldn't just go back one click.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So
talking about grip and semen.
Yeah. But I mean, it's funny because, like, you know, my parents will joke around and just be like, oh yeah, no, we've always had a remote control. It was our kids. Yeah. My dad would always be like, change the channel. Go to channel 12.
Yeah, we had in our home, it was the TV with the dial, and then my grandmother had one of those TVs that were built into that big box set, that heavy, ridiculously heavy thing. I want to say hers had a remote.
I was going to say half of it was a liquor cabinet, and the other half was the TV.
I think it was the speakers, maybe?
Yeah, well, I think on that is like when you open up one half of it, like that's where like the transistor and everything was built into it.
Yeah.
And everything, because it was just the screen with the projector thing behind it, but all the other parts to it were in the side cabinet.
Yeah.
But I just like, you know, watching old TV shows or TV shows that are based on old things. And you see someone's TV, but then they go over and like open up the side and just start pulling liquor out of it.
I don't remember hers having a cabinet that she could use for storage, but it's very possible. I know she liked her vodka. She'd be drinking those, what is it? The vodka and orange juice.
Screwdrivers.
Yeah. She would drink those on a regular basis.
Nice.
While she was smoking her cigarettes in the house. Yep. Breathing that secondhand smoke, me and my brother. God. Ugh.
This is good times.
Oh, yeah. Nostalgia at its finest. May she rest as well.
May she rest.
All right. But, yeah, even though we haven't seen Robin Williams' entire catalog, he is one of the people that I liked everything that he did. I appreciated everything that I saw from him. He was such a likable guy, and I heard that in person he was also likable. We all know that he had his problems, especially, you know, early on. I don't know how far into his career that continued, but, you know, that didn't really take away him as a person, know, who he was and what he was able to bring to the table.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I also respect about him is, like, whenever he did a movie, he always made it like in his contract, like they had to hire homeless people around.
I remember hearing that. Yeah. I think you may have told me about that.
Yeah. Like that was in almost every single contract for every movie that he did. They're like, he sat there and said, no, you'll hire homeless people that are in the area to help out on this movie. Yeah. So just to help get them off the streets, just to help get them some money.
Some extra money. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So good for him. God bless you, Robin Williams. That's definitely one that when I found out about his passing, that one hurt.
It did hurt. I mean, you know, and to think it's like, I think now it's been determined that he had the same thing that Bruce Willis has. But they just, I guess at that time didn't know how to properly diagnose it. So a lot of people, I think, just felt that he just lost his mind and went crazy and was like, the only way out is I have to kill myself.
Yeah.
And
I heard he was very depressed too. And
yeah. I mean, but it was possible also because of maybe what he was going through. Like, you know.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, I think he did a great job. I've gone far too young.
Absolutely, yeah.
He was 64, I believe, when he died. So it's just, I mean, it's a shame.
Yeah, but this was to be a celebration of his life and not mourning his death.
Exactly.
But God bless you, Robin Williams.
Yep.
And
you've given us so much.
You have.
I think one of the funniest jokes I heard from him recently, I can't remember if it was a stand-up or if he was doing an interview or whatever, but he said he was in Germany and someone was interviewing him and they're like, why do you think that there's not a lot of funny people that come out of Germany? And he was like, you ever stop to ask yourself, maybe you killed him?
What the hell? Oh, man. Well, that's all that I had to say about Robin.
Yeah.
Just a phenomenal actor, phenomenal person, and I really enjoy doing these actor celebration episodes just because I feel like they're warranted.
Yeah.
And we'll have many more to come.
Yeah, and next time it'll be something uplifting and bright, like Taylor Kitsch or something. You know? Exactly. The Who?
All right, well, we hope you enjoyed this and you're able to celebrate his life, his catalog as much as we've liked to up to this point. But until next time,
Quotable Podcast out. Which one of you rolled a 6?